Well, France itself suffered a deadly attack in the southern city of Nice less than 2 weeks ago. The attacker was a radicalized man who gained French citizenship after fleeing Tunisia in the wake of the Arab Spring. This prompted President Hollande to reaffirm earlier commitments to step up national security.
We must strengthen the security forces of our country, the military police, the police and the army. Unfortunately, the threats will last a long time, and all necessary measures will be taken. An additional 90,000 security forces will be deployed. We need to create a strong and broad coalition to fight terrorism together.
However, there are signs that instead of being boosted, French security is actually being cut. Cross-channel ferry passengers from the English port of Dover had to spend hours queuing in their cars at French border controls. Travellers expressed their anger on Twitter as some had to spend more than 12 hours waiting in their car. One had to suffer with her breastfed baby stuck in the ensuing traffic. Well, the delays were caused not by tightened French security in the wake of the recent terror attacks, but due to understaffed control booths. That's according to the UK Port Authority.
French border control booths have been seriously understaffed. At one stage, only one French officer was available to check passengers on hundreds of coaches.
We discussed the issue with a radio host and political expert Thomas Guenole, who was fired for discussing live on air French security failures ahead of the Paris massacres in November.
We had recently in France, it was at the beginning of July, an official parliamentary report called the Fennec report. The president of the Parliamentary Commission issuing it was an anti-terrorist judge in France, which is a judge specialized against terrorism and on security system, before he became an MP. And basically this report says that we have a general problem, a systemic problem of misorganization, of accumulation of errors and malfunctions and mistakes by both our police system and our intelligence system. So it's a general and systemic issue for which this case in Dover is just a very, very striking and flabbergasting example of something which is in fact systemic.